of nervous, but I'm excited to go ahead and get started. Yesterday we streamed, well, I streamed me playing some Enjoy, but as I already showed you guys, I am like probably 50% sure on like if I want to continue doing that with how slow my computer is. So for now, we're gonna start reading some Reddit stories and see if you guys are a little bit entertained. So go ahead, grab some snacks, grab some drinks, and relax with us while we go ahead and delve into it. I'm Zay. This is Austin, and we're gonna get started in a little bit. Well, actually, let me ask Austin, how are you doing tonight? How are you doing tonight? All right. Well, that is a start. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this little story we got here. So our first story is, my best friend, 32 female, pulled out of my 33 female wedding and refuses to tell me why. How do I deal with the aftermath? It was uploaded 8 hours ago by your local black sheep. Let's get into it. This post is less about advice about the situation and more about advice for the after effects, the feelings I don't want to feel. I'm getting married soon and made the mistake of trying to book my best friend as my wedding photographer. She seemed happy to do it. We discussed it for years. She's my childhood friend and even asked me to help with prep for other parts of my wedding. Sadly, 2 months ago, she pulled out of it all and asked for space away from me and refuses to tell me what was going on. She says she's not going no contact, but she can't handle this emotionally. I'm not sure what this is. While I found a new photographer and I am moving forward with planning, of course, there's sadly this bit of empty space in these celebrations. I thought it would be filled by her. Try that again. There's sadly this bit of empty space in these celebrations I thought would be filled by her. When she told me she needed space, I told her I would respect it and be here when she got back. Like I said previously, this was about 2 months ago. I don't want to put a timeline on how someone processes their feelings, but this empty space left is starting to be tainted with bitterness because I wouldn't have done this to her. I feel like a fool for being sad about this, but at the same time, I can't seem to shake it. It doesn't help that the lead up to this was me asking her why she was doing this, and her responding with, I just needed to respect her asking for space and to drop it. I guess my question is, what to do on my end in regards to my feelings? I'm just sad and would greatly appreciate any outside perspective. And it seems like there's an update after this, so we're just gonna go ahead and read that. Updating to add, as it was a good suggestion, and are there questions I see repeating. She said she hated being a bridesmaid, and I really left the decision up to her. I just wanted her to be a part of it in a way she'd most enjoy. Also, photos would have ended before the reception. No, I didn't ask for a discount or for free photos. I believe in paying artists for their work. She adds, I'm not being a bridezilla, lol. Our wedding is pretty small and have been going smoothly thus far. My sibling is my person of honor. Oh. Another update to add. My fiance isn't cheating on me with said friend, lol. He wouldn't have come on to her or another or anything like that. I trust both of them, which makes this hurt all the more. Listen, I'm gonna need some more practice reading because I feel like I'm in second grade again. But let's get into some comments. What is going on here?
It sounds like a girl just dipped out of a wedding and is doing her own thing.
I mean, yeah, but she's like her best friend.
I know, and the fact that she won't tell her is a little concerning, but hey, some people are like that. Some people what's it called, have horrifying experiences, like they get hurt or they get abused, or like, what's it called, like, oh, here's an example, maybe they got into a car accident and like what's it called, they have gotten like a brain injury, and now they can't really describe the horrors that they're experienced to everybody else, you know.
Right.
I mean that's kind of a stupid example, but like perhaps she had like something really close in her family happen to her that was bad, and she just doesn't want to talk about it. But it's still very, very, you know what I'm saying? Like on the edge to her.
Mm-hmm.
But if she's her best friend, I feel like she'd be smart enough to, or well, I feel like she would tell her, but I don't know.
I just feel like as a best friend, you kind of have more of an obligation to like be there be there for your friend as much as you possibly can until it gets to be too much,
Yeah.
And you should let your friend know, like, hey, this is too much on me and I can't do it. She didn't do that at all. She just was like, no, I don't want to do it. No, I'm not going to tell you why.
Well, she did tell her that it's a very personal thing. Isn't that why she said, like, she asked her, why won't you tell me? And she said, I can't tell you, it's personal. Didn't she?
Yeah. I mean,
I can't remember if she did.
Yeah, but like, as a friend, you're going to get into the personal stuff for the most part if you're a best friend. And it sucks. It really does suck because she's not even made a person of honor. And she doesn't even have that much responsibility, because the maid of honor has to do a lot of events, plan a lot of events.
If I've got any advice for this girl, I would just say if she gets a good vibe from her best friend, that like it says, she's not cheating on, it says my fiance isn't cheating on me with said friend. So if she genuinely feels in her heart that, that there's no bad vibes here, I would just take it on the chin and be like, well, shoot, my best friend didn't come to my wedding because of something horrific, but hey.
Yeah. I feel very sad for everyone involved, including the friend who felt like they can't even tell their friend what's going on, to the point where they would miss her wedding, And, all right, well, let's get into stories number 2.
Nice.
This is a short one.
Hey, you want me to read this one?
Sure.
All right, here. Let me get in the sitting chair. I can't read from over there, unfortunately. It's too far away. There you go, beautiful. You okay?
I'm fine. I got it.
All right.
Thank you, baby.
Of course. All right, let's see what we got. Am I the asshole for telling my friend she shouldn't have brought her boyfriend to my family's event without asking first? So I, a 20-year-old female, recently hosted a family gathering for my birthday. It was a small, intimate event, just close family and a few friends. One of my friends, 22-year-old female, has been dating this guy for about a month or so. I've literally met him like a week ago, and he's nice enough, but we're not exactly close. She didn't mention she was planning to bring him, so I assumed it would just be another one of my regular circle of people. The day of the party, Sarah shows up with her boyfriend, and I was a bit taken aback because she hadn't given me a heads up. I'm really close with my family, and we were already at capacity for the event, so I had to ask her if her boyfriend was staying for the meal, and she said yes. I felt uncomfortable because it wasn't just about space, it's also a family tradition, and I didn't know him well enough to include him in such a personal setting without being asked first. I politely told her it would have been nice to see if she'd asked him before bringing him, since I was planning everything around the people I knew would be there. She got upset, saying I was overreacting and that I should just be happy she wanted to bring him. She also accused me of being rude and controlling. Now I'm feeling conflicted because I don't want to upset her, but I also feel like she should have respected my space and the fact that this was a family gathering. Am I the asshole for telling her she shouldn't have brought him without checking with me first?
I don't think she is the butthole at all, because I feel like she was trying to be sneaky in that way. If you didn't know this guy, you only knew him for a week, you can't just pop him into your friend's events without saying anything until they've established that they've been, together for a while. Like, if your boyfriend, if her boyfriend had been around your family for a while, then why would you feel the need to mention that hey, he's coming? But they don't know him. They don't know him like that. That's not her boyfriend. Sorry, it's not the OP's boyfriend. It's the friend's boyfriend.
This is an iffy one for me because I do agree with what you're saying entirely on that front, but at the exact same time, I feel like she is kind of overreacting. But then again, I don't know, man, because dinner is weird because you only have enough dinner for so many people, and then if you bring an extra person, you're being rude, and then they're being rude by not having enough, and then it kind of makes a kerfuffle. So it's best to tell people things, but at the same time, I do think there's just a pinch of overreaction, but I'm not there, so I don't know how serious this is.
I don't think they're overreacting because from the sounds of it, it sounds like they didn't even bring any extra food to the event.
You're right. You know what? That's a good point. That's a good point.
They just expected to show up and be like, oh, everything's going to be
family reunion? Hell yeah, I want to take some of that. And I'm not part of the family. I feel that.
No. It's one thing if it's just your friend, because that's your friend. But it's like whenever you're coming to the family reunion and you have 2 + 1s, like that's just not fair to other people who, were told, hey, we're only going to have this many people, and then you show up with too many.
Hey, we didn't read any comments on the last one. Let's read some comments.
Yeah, let's read the top comment.
Alright, it doesn't matter if it's an intimate family event or a giant wedding reception. If a social event is based on invitations as opposed to being an open house of some kind, guests never invite other guests. Not even if the other guest is a boyfriend. It's extremely rude and, of course, leads to problems, like exactly the one you've encountered. See, that's what I was saying before, because if it's like, yeah. I guess I'm just thinking more on, like, a close family kind of connection. I don't know. The host will have space and or food enough only for the invited guest, causing overcrowding or awkwardness and stress on the part of the host, who must now figure out how to divide the food among more people. That's fairly easy with super stew, not so easy with steak or other food that may come in serving size. Such rudeness is even worse when it's a family event, of course, but your friend, or maybe former friend, I'd never invite her to another event, is wrong under any circumstances. So
I wouldn't go so far as to never invite her to another event, but I would be like, listen, like, it's gonna be a while before I trust you to respect what my wishes to go to another event. Like, that's just it, because you're fighting me on this thing that doesn't need to be fought on. You're fighting me on something that doesn't need to be fought on. All you had to do was apologize. All right, I guess we're switching. Thank you, baby.
Yeah. I'm back.
Alright. Let's move on to the third story. Also, thank you for watching. If you guys are in here, thank you so much. I appreciate you watching. It's just been a long time coming, and yeah, you guys are awesome. Also, I know my freaking camera sucks, but I swear it didn't suck yesterday.
Sorry, guys. I made it blurry because I punched it.
No, he didn't. No, he did not. He's lying.
I'm lying.
It's just this camera kind of sucks, and I was like, okay, we'll deal with that another time. But I really wanted to get into these stories.
So what's our third story?
So our third story, it's a bit longer, so let's get into it. Am I the asshole for moving to be closer to my grandkids? This is by Grandkids Move, about 9 hours ago. A lot of fresh ones. So let's get into it.
Must be what's it called? A dead account, or when
it's a throwaway
account. That's the word.
No,
Not dead.
yeah, that's
not dead. Wrong word.
Not dead yet.
Very much
that's
alive.
bad. That is a bad joke.
Nah.
Okay. I have 3 kids with my ex-husband. Elliot, who's 28, Emily, 21, and Joseph, 19. Emily and Joseph still live at home while they attend a local state university. Okay. 3 years, Elliot. Oh, girl. 3 years ago, Elliot married his high school girlfriend, Madeline, and they have 3 beautiful little girls. Sophie, 12. Girl, there's too many people.
I would have named her Sophia.
Sophie, 12, is Madeline's half-sister that Madeline and Elliot adopted 3 years ago. They also have an 18-month-old twin girls. I might have to choose another story. These people, this grammar. Charlotte and Penelope, and they're pregnant with their first son. Last year, Madeline and Elliot moved from their apartment down the street from me to a house about 3 hours away for Elliot's job. I try to visit them at least 2 weekends a month, and I just love where they live. It's this adorable little quiet beach town. I've been thinking about retiring there since Elliot and Madeline moved down there, but I made the decision after I found out Madeline and Elliot are having another baby. I put in an offer on a little cottage on the beach, a 10-minute walk to Elliot and Madeline's house. My offer was accepted, so I decided to sit Emily and Joseph down to tell them my plan. Okay, that's where you went wrong. I told them that I would be selling this house this summer and moving closer to Elliot and Madeline for an early retirement. I didn't want them to struggle to find a place to live, so I told them I would rent an apartment for them to share for 3 years or until Joseph graduates, whichever comes first. Neither will pay rent or any other expenses besides part of their groceries as long as they're still in school. I thought Joseph and Emily would be okay with this, but they were curious. Joseph is saying that I'm choosing Elliot and my grandkids over them, and Emily is claiming that I'm misusing their child support. Their dad agreed to pay until they graduate from college because I won't get a good apartment. I'm getting them a simple 2-bed, 1-bath apartment in good condition close to their school instead of a luxury 2-bed, 2-bath with access to pools, a gym, and other nice amenities. I told her she's welcome to pay her tuition and living expenses on the $850 a month I get from her dad, and now she and Joseph won't speak to me. Elliot is suggesting that I could have given them more notice and talked to them about this before I bought the house, but I thought 3 months was plenty of time. Am I the asshole for moving to be closer to Elliot, Madeline, and my grandchildren?
I think 3 months is actually pretty decent, right?
I agree, 3 months is pretty good, and it's not like she's kicking them out and telling them, go find something yourself.
Dude, she straight up said she was she's gonna pay for it.
To be fair to the grandchildren, I am like really kind of on their side because it's like, oh my gosh, Grandma, you're already doing your plan and you didn't consult us in any way and you don't know what we want to do and all this stuff. That was her first problem. You can't just do things and expect things to go your way. You can't do that.
Dude, man, I've met... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I've met so many underprivileged people who have nothing. So the fact that their mom is paying for all this stuff and they're being ungrateful, it's like, I don't want to live at the place with the luxury pool. I want this and I want that. It's like, you know what, dude? You know what, you spoiled son of a gun?
Yeah, I feel like that was another error on the OP's part. The OP spoiled them so much to the point where they're like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? You're paying for an apartment? That's not what we're used to. And they're getting mad at her over that.
I don't want to, blame her for that, because here's the thing, it's kind of hard to know when you're spoiling someone. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because what's luxury to some is just mundane to others. And if you're born on a life of mundane luxury, you probably just take everything for granted. It's a lesson that's difficult to teach. I don't see it very often. Do you?
Nope. So let's get into the top comment here. cover character 8179 says, "Yeah, this was really poor handled. Your children are all adults and you unilaterally decided on this move that is going to hugely affect all of their lives, and then sprung it on them as a fait accompli. You're the asshole." And it has to be said, are you sure Elliot and Madeline even want you to move to their new town? That's another thing. Did he even speak to them before you went ahead and moved everything? Oh, Opie responded that Elliot and Madeline are active participants in the moving plan, which I guess talking to one of 3 children before making this decision is better than 0, but it doesn't change the verdict for me. Also, I think it's kind of messed up that Elliot doesn't give his siblings a heads up. That's true. Is anyone else getting Elliot is a golden child and likes it that way vibes? Oh, edit 2. A lot of people who disagree with me are saying OP is not the asshole because A, they're all adults and it's her house so she can do whatever she wants, and or B, she is still providing an apartment for the 2 younger children. And yes, legally she can do whatever she wants in the house, and yes, it would be worse if she moved away, cut off all their support, and told them they were on their own, which yes, she could legally do because they're adults. But she remains the asshole for the way she handled this. She demonstrated to Joseph and Emily that not only does she not care about their opinions on plans that significantly affect them, she doesn't even think it's necessary to find out whether they have any. And I like this comment because it makes me change my thoughts a little bit, but it also confirmed what I already said. I agree that the OP was the asshole, but I think that the children are also assholes. I think everyone sucks.
Yep, that's right. That can be a verdict. Everyone's the asshole.
But you're leaning more towards...
No, I'm not leaning towards anybody. I'm just... See, this is one of those situations where I really wish I could actually experience it firsthand, because I don't know if the person's a golden child, right? I don't know if but I don't know. And on the other hand, she just wants to be with her children and closer to them.
Yeah.
But then again, she's leaving the other 2 behind. So I guess that's where you can see the golden thing. But is it really about Joseph or is it about her grandchild? Because if she's a grandma, I know so many grandmas are crazy about their grandchildren. I don't know what it is. It's just a thing I've noticed, you know? So I don't want to call anybody an asshole in this story except for the spoiled kids. And the grandma, yeah, again, I just feel like, I hate to say it, I feel like I guess you could say you can do whatever you want, but you're an asshole for doing it. That's like the corporate CEO kind of thing. This is a hard one.
Yeah, that's why I feel like everybody needs to be an adult and talk it out. But I feel like the grandma, she messed up by not communicating whatsoever before she went ahead and did her plan. She talked to 1 kid out of 3. That's not okay. It's not okay because everybody is affected, not just this one person. All right, I like that one. I like that one a lot. Do you want to read this last one, baby?
All right. Well, let me see what it is. No.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to read all that. I'm sorry.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's not that long. Okay, let's get into it. Last one. Am I the asshole for telling my father I don't want his mother in my house? This is by Lotus Flaren, 11 hours ago. Really fresh out the oven. Alright. I, 19-year-old female, started university last year. Since my university is far from my family, I basically live alone, though I stay close to my grandparents' house. Ever since I moved here, they've been looking after me. When I first started uni, I began noticing strange things at home. Objects moved from where I left them, things not in their usual place. At first, I almost convinced myself that it was just misremembering, until I recalled that my grandpa has a spare key to my house. That's when everything clicked. My grandma had been entering my house when I wasn't there, without even asking. harassing me. I was so frustrated that I called my dad, but he just tried to calm me down. I considering I considered confronting her, but told myself that maybe it was just a one-time thing, that she was only there to clean up or something. But as the weeks passed, it became clear that she was coming in more and more when I was out. At first, I tried to justify it. Maybe she just wanted to maintain the house. But then I realized something even worse. She was going through my things. Oh no! My drawers, my closet, every single room, my fridge, even my bathroom, everything. I caught on when she started making comments about my house, giving me advice on where to put things that were inside my drawers. I was furious but held it in because I'm not confrontational. It's one thing to enter my house without permission, but snooping through my belongings, that's a massive invasion of privacy. And she's so shameless about it. Even my younger cousins seem to know details about my home that even I don't notice. Just because she occasionally feeds me doesn't give her the right to do this. Even my own mother doesn't invade my privacy like this.
For the record, I read like the rest of the story while you were reading it because I'm a speed reader. Oh my goodness gracious. This is a tough situation because keep reading.
Living through this has made me remember the stories my mom used to tell me about when she first married my dad. She experienced the same thing. My grandmas, uncles, and even their wives would enter the house when she wasn't there, going through her belongings, including her clothes. She told us countless stories about their behavior and how she never liked my dad's side of the family because of how they treated her. But whenever she confronted my dad about it, he gaslit her into thinking she was imagining things. And now, experiencing the same situation myself, I believe every word she said. The fact that my grandma never asked for permission, never told me afterwards, and continues doing this like it's completely normal just shows how comfortable and used to do, and just shows how comfortable and used to doing that. This has been going on for over a year, and I had assumed she stopped until she recently brought up something in my house and made me realize she's still doing it. I brought this up to my dad multiple times, but he either brushes it off, ignores me, or we get into a fight whenever I say I don't want his mother coming into my house. He's clearly a mama's boy, even though he refuses to admit it. So, am I the asshole for telling my dad I didn't want my grandma coming into my house? Edit. Thank you guys, but I just wanted to clarify something. It's my father's house. I have thought of changing the locks, but that would be very hard because it's his house, and when I say my house, I mean it's the house I'm staying in.
That's what I'm saying. It's not her house. Oh, I didn't say anything. I meant to mention that. When I sped through reading it, yeah, I just realized she's only a 19-year-old girl. She doesn't have a home yet, so she's just living with this, and that sucks.
Yeah.
No, she's not the asshole. I take my privacy seriously, and that's the kind of shit that would make me move out. Like, if they wanted me to move out immediately, ugh.
I am very surprised that this girl has been dealing with this for a year.
So go to jail.
For a year.
My family would be dead.
No. I would not be able to sustain this for a year. Honestly, at that point, girl, if you can't put a lock on your front door, you need to put a lock on your fridge. You need to put a lock on your drawer. You need to freaking childproof your whole house.
How are you going to afford all these locks?
I don't know, but like that will give me more peace of mind knowing that they can't do anything to rummage into my drawers than just allowing this to happen for a year. See, this is not being proactive.
This is one thing I hate about living in this society, and this is going to be a very stupid solution to this, but let me tell you, man, if my family were going through my things, I'd just go at them directly. I'd beat the living piss out of every single one of them.
No, that wouldn't even work. You would get arrested.
Oh, I would, but it'd be worth it.
It wouldn't, because here's how you get at them even better. Start going over to grandma's house. You know, shoot the shot every time. Ask for a key in case you get locked out of your house. and you snoop at your grandma's house, move everything around, decorate her kitchen however you want to, she would hate that so much and she would stop. Unless she's a really stubborn woman. Then you gotta be careful.
See, I know a lot of stubborn people, and there's nothing to stop her from doing that. No, dude, no. I'm not gonna say for reasons. Reddit people at home, I don't want to give y'all any ideas, but let me tell you guys, I'm a criminal, and if people fuck with me, I fuck with them 10 times harder.
I don't know. I'm a petty kind of person, you know. I'll do it in a way that I know will creep into your skin, but it's not going to get me into trouble. Austin, you got something else going on over there.
You've got passive aggression. I just have aggression.
Yeah. Let's get into the top comment, and let's see if I change my mind completely. Alright. Top comment. My grandma has a spare key to the house. Info. Girl. I'm not reading that comment, honestly, because it just delves into what we already know, that the dad owns the house. Let's get into something that gives this girl advice. You know, something. Hello? Why is this thread long?
Because this is a complicated issue. The dad owns the house. She's just a teenager, so she can't really leave, but she also can't really make alterations to the house, but also she deserves to have her privacy.
I agree. Privacy is something that is really needed. And the dad, you know who is probably the biggest asshole in the story?
The mama's boy?
Yeah, the mama's boy. Daddy-o. Why are you not telling your mom, hey, stop rummaging through my daughter's things?
See, man, this isn't fun because, what's it called? If you're a girl and you have to stand up to your dad, that's almost impossible, man. But, you know, I don't know, clock him one, rear naked choke him.
The new top comment is, booby trap the house.
Oh.
Put fake snake in the drawers that will pop out when she opens them. Put loud alarms around the house that are motion active. Hide Halloween decor that's motion activated that creepily laugh. Have fun, you're welcome.
Top comment that should have been the freaking top comment. That is genius.
I agree.
Okay, you know what? Hey, tell you what, man. You know what's better than violence?
Messing with people.
Fear, man. Fear.
No.
Terrorism.
That's why we have a lot of cameras, you know.
Bingo, man. So you know exactly who's doing stuff.
Yeah, no, you're not going to do that to us. But the OP should literally start messing with the grandma back. Whether you start going over to her house and start snooping, whether you start booby trapping your own house, show her that you're not going to be bullied in your own house anymore. This is not okay. It really is not okay. I love that she makes you food. I love that she wants to be in your life. But that doesn't mean that she can be you. She's trying to be you right now and live out your life.
Ugh.
That's not okay.
That's gross. If that's actually what... I thought she was just like OCD. Like, I could feel that. Like, trying to put everything the way you want it. But no, dude, if she's trying to be her, I didn't get that vibe. But if she even has a hint of that, that's creepy. That's creepy as fuck.
At least that's what I would be thinking.
That was gross.
Probably over at her house every day. Anyway, let me not get too much into this. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for hanging out with us while we read Reddit stories. I only wanted to do 4 because I didn't want a long stream today. So I hope you guys enjoyed.
Heck yeah.
And this has been Zay and Austin. Have a good night, guys.
Mwah. Later.